She'll be right here with us.
Well, I know none of y'all have heard Cody driving by. And he seems to have quite a following this year for some reason. It might be the music. But he'll be a senior next year, and he hopes to go to A&M. And Amanda is in Washington, D.C. I followed a friend up there, and they're living up there. And she was going to blend, but she's thinking about taking a nurse's assistant class up there. I'm not sure how long they'll be there. And as Larry said, yes, if Steve was here, he said, well, I just thought I would ask.
It's hard to recognize.
He's working, and I guess that's about it for me.
Yeah. I think you need to tell them what Steve's ambition is.
Steve's or Cody's?
Cody.
Well, yeah, I guess if he's not here. Yeah, he wants to be a heart surgeon, but his reasoning is so that he can retire early and have a game ranch. So.
What kind of ranch?
A
Game ranch.
game ranch.
Not a game ring.
And he's as he gets closer, he told me the other day, he said, it's scary, Mom. All I've ever known was school, and I'm fixing to start a different phase in my life, and that's scary. And he feels like he's made that statement to different people, and I told him it doesn't matter. If you change your mind, that doesn't mean anything. You can do whatever you want to do. So, yeah.
Well, I'll speak for Marla, I guess. Marla had to work today, and Holly had graduated from high school last year, and she's living in Bryan now, working for a title company, or lawyers or something. And she's planning on going to school and being a nurse. And Peyton, you saw him running around here. He's going to school to catch all the girls. I think. Maybe he doesn't even need to go to school for that. I think it comes naturally for him. But I know y'all know that Marla was born about 2 years ago.
I don't know.
But anyway, she lives in Caldwell, and of course she's by herself now. Peyton lives with his dad, and he comes and visits her every week or every 2 weeks or something. But anyway, to sum it all up, I'm proud of my kids, and I'm proud of my grandkids, and my great-grandchildren. You know, I didn't really want them that young, those great-grandchildren. But 2 of them really surprised me, the first 2. But I just love them to death, and they're cute as they can be. And I'm proud of every one of my grandchildren and great-grandchildren and children. and my daughter-in-law. And my son-in-law. And my grandson-in-law.
You keep going, can you?
And I guess that's it. I do want to say something about Larry, my husband. He's raising pheasants now. And we got all kinds of gorgeous pheasants, golden, silver. We got Reeves pheasants, we've got a watermelon tail, and we got Borneo firebacks, and we've got quail. And hopefully, you know, all the money's been going out for feed, but hopefully there'll be some coming in, you know, for profit. But anyway, he's enjoying doing that, and takes him a while to do that. So he's kind of give up on gardening. So.
I was going to ask you, still doing the organic gardening much?
No, this year it was so dry. We did plant a garden, but it's just too dry this year. So. And I'm working part-time. I'm a career girl again.
All right.
I'm working at the post office at the big city of Mumford, Texas. And they have a school and a post office there and a beer joint. And that's all there is there. And I work 1 day a week and then a couple hours on Saturday morning.
What's the name of the town?
Mumford.
Oh,
Just down in
It's in the bottom.
between Highway 79 and 21.
We went through Mumford one time trying to find our way to Norman.
probably here.
We did, but, yeah, right. I asked Rhonda, I said, where's Mumford on the map?
But I enjoy it. It keeps my mind active and, you know, it's quite a bit to learn. And I'm trying to keep my brain active so it doesn't go stale on me.
You shouldn't have too much mail to sort there then.
No, but let me tell you something. I sell the money orders.
Oh,
And 2/3 of them I have to write out for the people because they don't know how. They're Spanish
no, we really.
and they work on the hot bills and stuff. And it's nothing for me to sell $2,000 worth on a Saturday in 2 hours. But anyway, I enjoy it.
Thank you.
That's it.
Okay, let's see, where are we now?
We're down to Kenny.
Mr. Kenneth? I'm good now? You're the man.
Well, you got some help here.
Yeah, you got some help.
All right,
Yeah,
I see.
You just explain it, I'll tell you where you mess up. Well, I started out that way pretty well. Well, still got the same crew, but had a little additions to it. Cheryl and her husband couldn't make it. And there's, I guess one of the reasons that I've heard so far, I don't know how correct it is, but she told me that they've been pretty busy. Sean just graduated, and I just become a great-grandfather again. That's twice now. I guess I'm gonna have to run a short class on how not to do that. Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah. But anyhow, that's Cheryl's family. Yeah, she's still got Sheldon and Zachary. He's gonna be a senior this next year, right? I got that right. I think so. And, but Sean's the new father. He just graduated from high school and he's a dad now. So that ought to be an experience for him. And Cheryl swears that he's going to go to college, so we'll see how that works out. Good luck, because it's not going to be easy. And Keith had to work. He just made foreman on the crew that where he's at, and they didn't let him off. But what reason, I don't know. But I guess it was dry enough for him to mow yet. I don't know. But anyhow, Keith didn't show up, and his kids are, I think, Tyler's 12 and Chelsea's 9 or 10. Chelsea's going on 10, I believe. And Keith they live with their mother, and Keith lives in New Braunfels, somewhere close to New Braunfels, somewhere over there. And I'll turn it over to Ken here in a minute, but Charlene and I still live in College Station, and we both work with the university there. And when I'm there, I still work there. But Charlene, hopefully, is going to retire in August, and look forward to that time she can spend at home. And maybe we'll get caught up with all of our due lists that we've got written out. But when I get back up to it, we'll do it more. But we've done some work in the house and stuff like that. We've got to get caught up with. I got a while ways to go yet before I can retire. I got a year and 8 months. So hopefully they don't demand too much on me the next year and 8 months. But I'll turn it over to Kenneth now. I may have missed something. He can fix it up. I got 4 girls. One's a stepdaughter. Rachel's 21. She's working in the nursing home up in Cleveland.
Can't hear you.
Rachel's 21, she's working in Cleveland at a nursing home. Ashley, she's gonna be a senior this year. Brandy just graduated this year. That's the one, my stepdaughter. Taylor, seen her running around here. She'll be 12 in the 6th grade. I still do my restaurant and refrigeration business, and I just bought radiator shop business last year in June, so I don't have much time to sit still, but I cut time here and there. So.
Where's that at?
In the Bronx. Yeah. I just bought it last year in June, so we've been in June a year and a month so far.
Made the first year.
Yeah. Winter kills you in the radiator business. But other than that, my mom's doing fine. She lost Ruben in January. Other than that, everything's good.
Okay, anything that anyone thought of to add
Shannon wanted to.
or ask? Shannon?
Oh, I was just gonna be a little more specific. Dad didn't, I was gonna tell about the kids, I guess. Me and Thomas, we're living in Houston now. And Thomas works for a company that repairs electrical lines. And last summer they sent him to Florida after every hurricane, and he helped restore power to the people that didn't have any electricity. And I guess I'm a little proud of that, and helping out other people. And my son is 18 months old, and he's everywhere. My sister, her husband's working for Alcoa, and they just moved into a bigger house because she's expecting a baby girl, and we're real excited. And I've already bought stuff for it.
First girl.
Yeah. And Justin is planning on, him and Cody are both going to be seniors. Justin's planning on coming to Houston and staying with us and going to school in Houston. So we're kind of excited about that too. Since now we live up there, we don't see him very much anymore. We probably drive Dad crazy because we come home every weekend with high gas prices. But oh yeah, we're in Hockley, but we're in the process of moving into Barker, next to Grammy's house. Ava. Over there. So, be a little more convenient for us. And anyway, I just want to be a little more specific about the kids, I guess.
I think everybody must enjoy it as much as I do, hearing about what's going on in everybody's family. I mean, to me, it's a real blessing for us to be able to get together and do that. 'Cause I don't write letters, and I don't know many people's email addresses. Now, maybe I will since we have more on the list today, but maybe I won't even do that. But I know that if I have a chance to come to a reunion, I can hear about it. Because otherwise, as we all know, we kind of either play cards or we go do something else, whatever. We never really get a chance to know what's going on in the family. So I thank everyone for participating in that.
This is Ariel's first year here.
Is that right, Aaron?
Yeah.
You've been missing out,
This
girl.
is Spart's wife. Okay. She wasn't here last year. The boys were there anyway.
That's right.
I like to Rick.
Okay.
Now, you need to listen to her talk. She really talks neat. But she's becoming Texanized. I hear it a little more every time I'm around her.
Understand her a little bit
People
more.
ask me where I'm from, and I'll tell them East Texas. And then they'll be stupid and say, "That doesn't sound like East Texas."
Y'all.
Okay, so let's, unless anybody has anything else to add, let's move on to next year.
If anybody has small children playing pool, they need to check on them every once in a while, because there's pool balls all over the floor in there. And if they tear that pool table up, we're gonna have to pay for it.
It'll cost some money. That pool
Oh,
there.
yeah. So if you got small children and they're playing pool, you better check on them.
Check it
Yeah, I
out.
think so. Maybe a little Tommy.
That refit pool that you talked
Oh, yeah. The gate up here, the warden told Stan a while ago, don't try to double run the gate when it goes up per code. It has a tendency to come back down, and it could dent your hood or dent the top of your vehicle. So be patient. If you enter the code, go through. If someone else enters the code in front of you, wait till the gate comes back down. And yeah, you paid your $3 to at least touch those buttons. Go for it.
Yeah, goodbye. Mary said that she felt real confident that, if we give them notice pretty quick, we can come back here if that's what we want to do as a group. If anybody has some suggestions about another place that they've been looking into, or would like to look into or whatever, please bring it up now. Because you know how things are these days, you gotta reserve them for the front advance. Otherwise, you'll be out. So, what do y'all think about this place?
I like it.
Yeah.
Y'all like it? Anybody not like it?
I
Put it
just
that way.
wish they had more travel trailers. Maybe we talked to them, they'll have more next
I
year.
think from what she indicated, the first time I talked to her, was they were gonna try and work more of them up, because they do have family reunions in the suburbs. They don't have the traffic from up north during the summer, they all come during the winter.
Right.
So that's the reason they have opened this up, to take in family reunions. So, I'll talk to her again and see if they won't come up with more trailers. That would be neat.
And the other option is, you can rent a motorhome, or you can rent a trailer.
Yeah, right across the road from where Ron and I live is an outfit that rent them. I don't know, I think they'll do them by the day, by the week, or whatever.
Yeah. That's certainly doable.
And the other deal was, though, if somebody in the family has the trailer, if you bring a little tent, they allow you up to 10 people at the trailer house. Which isn't too bad a deal. You got a good fan, you got a nice little tent. Kids, it's good for kids.
Okay, so we agreed then, that we're gonna try to come back here next year. Anybody disagree with that?
Let's try and make it a little bit, we'll try to make it a little bit earlier. Say, back in June, most of the kids are out there. End of May.
I kind of liked it in July. I thought it worked out really good.
It's so hot.
What about all the sports? They don't end till about.
I think this time is
Yeah.
great.
No, we finished.
First of June.
Well, I guess as long as we have air conditioned facilities, it doesn't matter.
This was great. This time it worked out fine, I think.
July is fine with me, except this one weekend that I had to be up there. I've been having to do that for 32 years, and I just expect that's all I gotta do. So that's something I have to deal with. But, we can try to do it again the same time, or a week earlier, or whatever, it
We
doesn't
can
matter.
do it,
Whatever we
we
can
can
get.
do it a week that doesn't hit you in July.
What about the last weekend in June?
I have TWA every year last weekend in June, but that doesn't matter. The big thing.
Well, we'll just see what we can do.
All right, I'll see what we can do.
I say we, I know who's gonna do it. Mary. So,
Well, the second weekend in June, the Bundy reunion has a reunion, and that's why I said this time was great.
yeah.
Other than we might change a week in July, but when you choose.
My problem is I don't ever know, it's never the second weekend.
We need to make sure though, next year, that everybody knows that you got to rent a travel trailer for 2 nights. You're gonna have to pay for 2 nights.
What do you little people?
Okay. What can we do to get more folks here? What can we do?
Nothing.
Nothing?
If they're gonna want to come, they'll come.
Word of mouth contact.
Yeah.
I mean, you can talk to them, you can talk. And I mean, you can make them come.
Well, I thought you could.
When it gets important.
No, you
they'll
can't.
come.
Hang on. Ron and I have talked about this. We started, thanks to Mom and my aunt my Aunt Barbara on my dad's side, they have started the Maywald family reunion. And that thing's turned out just spectacular the last few years that we've had it. But I don't know. I'll introduce the thought to everyone here is what about the thought on having it every other year? No?
No, because some of us may not be here.
Well, not indefinitely, if you have to miss one,
Yeah.
4 years.
I'm not-
Right, that's
hey,
true.
I'm not talking about that. Some of
I
us, due to ill health, we may not be here.
Well, I understand, but if you have to miss,
Yeah.
or that goes
Yeah.
somewhere, that's 4 years.
Right. And I understand that. It just, I don't know, I think it heightens the awareness and it increases the importance of that.
Let me tell you why I don't agree with that real quick. The Hagelin reunion was on my mom's side, and that one went on for 50 years, every year. Get the younger generation got in on it, and let's make it every other year. You don't have to die. Both times it died. So, I don't know, I'm not saying it'd be a duplicate deal.
Right.
You run a risk, a real risk.
Well, you know, we have time, we always have time for everything else that we want to do or whatnot. So what the heck is one weekend out of the year to have, meet with all our relatives? And I know that Mom Ewald, that was one of the things she really wanted us to do, was keep this family intact. No matter how big we got, we needed to pull together. And we do need to do that.
I think you can.
And if us older ones die off, which is gonna happen, you younger ones are gonna have to keep it going. And I'll tell you what, if y'all don't do it, I'm gonna come back and home.
Which name are you going to use?
That's a problem. Yes, not mine.
I agree with that too. It's just a suggestion.
Well,
It's working great on that. Well, because we'd never had a reunion before.
And that's different.
And then Mom and Aunt Barbara put it together, and I tell you what, those people just really, really are excited about getting there.
Yeah, when you first start something, everybody's going home, but we'll see after a few years it may die down some, and maybe it won't. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, see, the Maywald Schultz family split, totally split. Half of them over here, half of them over here. And Barbara and I had to get together, pull this family back together, all because of a will.
Yeah.
That's right.
That'll break things in a hurry.
Well,
So we can do this, y'all. Kurt, watching you take all those pictures and things, somehow or another, if you'll give me some neat pictures, when I send out a letter or something, I told Daniel we're gonna do it next year, but here I am. I'll send some of these pictures that you've taken along and say, hey, we really have a great time, but we'd have a lot more fun if the rest of you come. We can do stuff like that.
Mary, if you do it again, let everybody make their own arrangement, and then you don't have to mess with it, just send out the letter.
yeah.
Because everybody can pick up the telephone.
So, yes.
You know, since Uncle Jerome's not here and he's got his big birthday coming up, if we could just send him a few pictures, I think that would be a nice birthday present.
I agree.
And let's all give him a card. I meant to bring one, have cards galore, I was gonna bring one.
You know what I'd
So we
really like
could sign
to
it.
do is get us all together and do a group picture tomorrow morning, maybe before we leave. Whoever's gonna, hopefully all of us that are here now will be here in the morning.
No, some of them.
I know that I won't be because
We'd have to do it tonight.
I've got to give my kids, I got to give my grandkids that to burn it tomorrow.
Just send him some of the pictures that's been
Yeah.
taken.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd still like to maybe have a group picture, at least whoever's here and available. Because I don't know if we've ever done that, maybe we have, I don't remember.
Last big group picture I think we did was when Grandma was still alive at the trailer, right?
No,
We had a big picture up at Hilltop Lake.
I don't know whether you were there on that.
That's the year, all the good stuff happens the year I don't come.
Can we get a picture?
Teach me, right?
Digital
See,
picture?
there you go.
Come out, okay?
Think so.
Maybe we can do that after we get up the meeting, let's just do it in this room tonight. Because a digital camera probably would work fine, I would think. And that would be neat, because then we can maybe, email it around, whatever. Because I think just about everybody on that list has an email address. So
About half of us already gone.
What's that?
About a half and a third of us that was here and already gone. That's not,
Well, anyway, whoever's here, we can't worry about people who've left, so we'll just do what we can. Anything else on this? I mean, I kind of agree with what my dad said, word of mouth communication. And I need to do this too, just pick up the phone and call folks and say, hey, sure would love to see you come. And that's all you have to do, I would think, because I don't know what else you can do. Like Andy said, you can't make it. Maybe just let them know, boy, it's really nice to have you there. No doubt we won't tell those. So anybody can do that as the heads of the family or the next ones or whatever, just make it a point to maybe try to get more members there if you can.
I think it's been like, for instance, in my side, so to speak, is like Cheryl's remarried. There's two different. What it does is it's hard for everyone to see the importance to come, and I'm gonna have to just work harder and see if I can encourage them more, and they can see how important it is. I just don't know of any other way of.
There comes a certain time in their life when it becomes important to them.
I think when they get
and
close
until
to 40,
and
that's when
until
they
you
start
get
seeing
there, it doesn't. I've seen it happen time and time again. Until they get a certain age, it's not that important to them. Little, yeah, when they're all little, they have them laugh, but then they get at a certain age where everything becomes more important to them. But then, like Kim said, when you get about 40, then all of a sudden, family becomes more important.
Well, it should. If it doesn't, it should, because.
I think
Well-
a lot of problems with, like with our kids who are so far out, it costs so much to come. It's tough, but I know they like to come.
Well, if somebody in this group would win the lottery,
Yeah.
they'll
Yeah.
all load up and go out there.
Get an airplane.
Yeah.
All you can do is rent a Greyhound. Get an airplane.
Rent one, we'd have to rent about 4 of them.
But I tell y'all, going back to what I said about the Hagman reunion, that thing, when that died, then kind of almost something in me died. Because, boy, I didn't realize how much I really enjoyed going there. And we didn't have much to do there. We could go to the bowling alley and bowl a little bit or whatever. We were only there maybe 3 or 4 hours at the most. But at least you got to see the folks, and I don't know, there's some kind of comfort in that to me. And some of these people weren't even real close like we are. They were like way on down the line. But it was still nice to see them. And I guess what I'm saying here is every one of us do what we can to increase the folks coming. It's for us, but it's also for them. And maybe they just don't know what they're missing. And maybe we can get them and we can show them the love and the warmth that we have from one another. Maybe they'll want to come back. Maybe they'll have a good time. So.
Well, what's today's date? July what?
9.
9, right? So we're gonna be shooting for around this time next year, possibly. We need to go home with it, put it on the calendar.
Well, I don't know.
And then we can talk a
Well,
little bit to
wait,
the
get it
kids.
way like and find out for
Yeah,
sure.
we gotta get
No,
Make sure you get the facility first.
well, I understand that, but the point I'm talking about, then we can go
Around
home
this
and
time.
have
Oh,
it
yeah,
written down for when it was, because then you expect to have hear a letter about it.
right.
Don't make
What
other
about-
plans.
What about the idea that, like Ralph was saying, it's so far for some of their children to get? What if we had a special year, every 2-3 years or something like that? Charter a dadgun bus, get on the thing, and go to Idaho or wherever it takes.
We'll go in on Ralph and Norma.
Got plenty of beds?
They got 50 by 80 yards.
But my idea is that anybody can do it if you want to.
Yeah.
Well, We all love each other. I don't know if we love each other that much.
I'm not
Ralph
sitting
put
in
a
the back
camper
with
on
you
his
and your
truck.
Uncle Kenny.
No.
Well, hey, you know, one thing I remembered, didn't we, Uncle Harold, that now, one of the last years we had at y'all's house there in Caldwell. I think wasn't there some prizes and stuff that were given away for the furthest traveled, the oldest, the youngest, and, you know, things like that.
Problem is, the oldest one, he always wins every year, so we have to
Maybe that won't hold true for
You were pre-ordering the prize.
Like a door prize.
But yeah, hey, we can do a drawing or something like that to make it a little bit more creative. The silent auction, I think, is holding its own. It can be better. I forget about it. I'm as guilty as anybody.
What we'll do next year, whoever doesn't bring something for the silent auction.
That's to donate $5.
You gotta cost them $5.
There you go.
You know what we do at our reunion? This is fun because everybody gets a prize. Everybody brings something or however many things you want, just a little offering.
Off limit.
Things for the kids, colored books, bubble line for the adults, washing powder, sugar, whatever. Put it on a table and you buy 4 tickets for $1 or whatever. And everybody puts them into a deal. You know, you limit each person to a couple of tickets and put them in a deal, and then they draw out, and then that way everybody gets a prize with you, and they all take off the table. It's fun. Everybody gets
They have a
something.
deal with gumballs in it too, or
Yes.
Yes, sir.
guess how many? And I tell you what, the kids get so involved at that drawing, it's unreal. There'll be a box of Fruit Loops up there. One of them gets his name drawn, he comes running back with it. But I mean, it's
That's a good idea.
It's pretty good.
Dean?
I know one year, I think it was at Harold and Nelda's, that I brought some plants or like a hanging basket. And Susan and John, I think AJ won it, and he was so proud of that pot plant. He was so proud of that. So you don't know what these young people are gonna be proud of. So that didn't cost anything, and I gave that. So, you know, we can do something like that.
Everybody do.
I make a motion that we do a door prize drawing next year.
Okay.
With
Second.
Everybody bring one.
I think we could do the one that comes the farthest. We have some kind of prize or something. It'd either be something nice or some joke thing. The one that has the most kids or grandkids or whatever. You know, make it interesting.
It doesn't mean you gotta hurry up and have a bunch of kids.
Or for the young people, the one that has the loudest boom box or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're making farthest travel. What was the next one?
The one that has the most children.
Most descendants?
Per the 7,
I
right?
have to wait a minute.
The one that has the most,
Well, whoever comes with most kids, let's put it that way. We're here to the reunion with most of the kids.
The family. No, I'm not talking about the neighbors.
Oh, well,